Oh, yes. And welcome into a special edition of the Task Force Kampe, Paul, Squatch, Heads Up Tournament Invitational Bracket Reveal. Hey, before we get into anything, it's great to see you both. But, Coach, I know we didn't get March Madness this year. This is the next closest thing. Obviously, we'll fight on until next year, but at least we got this going, right, Coach?
Well, we weren't going to be in it anyway, so when it went away, it was like, nobody remembers.
You never know. You never know. But hey, we've got a lot of fun with this poker reveal. We got the great Tony Paul, of course, Coach Greg Kampe, the legend. They're locally new. Coach, 31 years? How many years now? 35?
Oh, right?
30. Started at 37.
And you don't look a day over 20. You started when you were negative 17. I don't know how it's possible.
I was a young boy.
And this guy makes the big bucks, and he still is no problem taking on a million poker.
But he did on your 5 birthday tournament. He wanted to one-up me and Katzenstein and Rieger and buy everything for you, but he very kindly backed away and offered to buy your rebuy. That was very nice of Coach.
His rebuy, though, because he got his butt kicked early.
Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. It was a rough birthday at poker. The rest of the birthday was really good. That was the bad part of it.
These games, and Coach, you and I talked about this. You know, we're in quarantine. You know, you're recruiting via Zoom. Tony's writing at his house. I'm doing shows right now like this. And we're all doing the best we can. But these poker games, it's amazing, Coach, how the connection to friends and people in the business, whatever it is, it's a lot of fun to be able to play with each other basically every night these days, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great app, too, because you can make little comments while you're playing. You know, it's almost like you're face-to-face with people, so you can make a snide comment. Nobody can get at you when you say it, so it's a lot of fun.
Throw little bombs at people.
Yeah, the king of making those comments is Leach. Every time he gets a chip lead, he has to let us know he's got the chip lead, and then without fail, within 10 minutes, he's lost half his stack.
If you've noticed, the last couple times I've won, I've not said anything. I'm learning my lesson.
You've shut up, exactly. Yeah, and people should know that in these poker games, no money literally changes
this is all
hands.
for fun.
So let's just get that out there.
All for fun.
No money, no cash.
But we
changes hands.
What?
No real cash, Coach. Just fake cash.
Fake cash. Yeah, no, it's not literally changing hands.
That's why we're legal.
That's what I said.
All right, so Tony, I'll give Tony the full credit. He came up with this idea. He's done this before. So we're doing in honor of March Madness and not having it, a 16-man heads-up bracket challenge, Squatch Kampe Paul Invitational, Friday night to be viewed by millions. And we've got 16 peeps in this thing. So the way it works, Tony, you can explain really quick how this tournament works.
Yeah, it's a bracket. It is what it is. 16 teams. You win a heads-up match. You move on to the next, and until there's one person left standing with the bulk of the cash. So are you going to tell us what the regions are? We have 4 regions.
We have the Tight Sharps region in honor of Matt Charbonneau, tightest player we know. Those games are going to be played at Binion's in the basement. We have the Rieger, it's really tough to win now region. Jeff Rieger, that is. Because all of a sudden, he won early on. He can't win anymore. He's like, guys, it's really tough. Those are going to be played at Jeff's mom's, Freda's basement. Very carefully socially distanced. Then, of course, the Coach Kampe Big Stack region. We go to Kampe's Corner / the Arena. And, of course, we'll end it with the Justin Rose. The game is fixed region. And that's going to be played at a picnic table outside Channel 7, WXYZ. So there's our regions. And here we go. The first matchup will be, it's all random. There's no seeds. All right, Tony, it was...
Well, we're
going to start with the Tight Sharps region, which I hear is going to be very, very competitive. These games will be played at Binion's Casino in the basement. Of course, with gloves and masks. Tony, it was your idea. You draw first.
All right, here we go. The first person in the Tight Sharps region is, would you believe this?
No way, it's Tight Sharps!
Hey, that looks like a 1 seed to me playing in your backyard.
Yes, it is. Coach is going to break these down as soon as we get them. Hopefully make fun of everybody, including Jeff Rieger the most.
Is he going to wear powder blue? North Carolina. All right,
here is the first matchup. And Coach might like this. He's been at LCA for these games. with Eli the cameraman. Eli the Pistons Wings.
Oh, wow.
I know Oakland, you guys have played there before against Michigan State. So we've got Eli the cameraman versus Tight Sharps. That should be an interesting one. Coach, your instant reaction to that one.
Sharps is a good player now. He's a guy that when he gets good cards, he's hard to beat. But he will kind of have that leech effect where he gets a big stack and then all of a sudden it's gone. But he's a guy I fear when he's got a high stack.
I'm just hearing it right now.
He works the rest, too. He's a big whiner when things aren't going his way.
Yeah, he totally works the rest. I'm hearing right now, I'm getting from my sources in Vegas, that Tight Sharps is a minus $190 favorite. Eli, who thinks he's the best of all of us, that is not going to sit well with Eli. All right, so that's matchup number one. These games were played in the Bing Casino basement with obviously masks and gloves. All right, matchup number two. Tony, you want me to pick first this time? All right, matchup number two in the Tight Sharps region. I love it. It's like the women's hoops tournament, Coach. The teams that host it are playing, so Sharps is playing in his own regional. It is Joe. Joe is a friend. I believe he might be the sheriff of Westland. It's one of the D. Rose's friends. So Joe is the first one, and then Tony. Yes, he's played in the game before. I know that D. Rose is a cop. We thank you for his service. He knows the chief of Westland and some judges, Judge Smales. So he's got a lot of legal guys in this thing. All right, who's Joe playing in the first round?
Is he the guy that was checking on your accounting the other day?
He was talking to the IRS.gov.
That was Thomas. Yeah. All right. Joe is going to face Greg Kampe's favorite person in the world,
Neil Rule. Coach, the rule of law. Could you quickly give us a little background on your distaste for Neil Rule?
Neil started out strong, and Joe will be in trouble the first 3 or 4 minutes, and then Neil will type, of course, after he gets pocket aces, and then he wins in hand, and he'll be out playing in the sub game after.
I think that's a great analysis. And by the way, I just got it from my guy Guido at Vegas. Neil's not going to like this. Joe is a small minus 115 favorite, so he is the favorite of this matchup. That can't sit well with Mr. Mailbox himself. The rule of law.
I gotta say, I really was hoping for an upset or an underdog Neil Rule Greg Kampe opening round matchup, because if you watch these two guys go head to head in poker, I mean, when one's in a hand, the other one's got to get in a hand. It's frickin' cracking. It's hilarious to watch.
That is fantastic. All right.
They love So that's the Tight Sharps region. So we're moving on to the Rieger. The Rieger, it's really tough to win now, bracket, right?
Just to explain again, Rieger won the first 2 tournaments, and since then, I don't think he sniffed anything. He's like, Leach, it's really tough to win these things now. It's getting really hard. I'm like, yeah, Jeff, it's because you're not that good. But
there's a common denominator, though. I wasn't.
That is very true, Coach. That is very true.
Well, let's backtrack with the facts here. I actually won the first tournament, and then Rieger won the second and third. But I won with you in the field, though, so I feel good about that.
Got 4 championships. He's the
I got 3, and I need more.
Yeah, but I'm like UCLA. My championships were decades ago. It seems like at this point, there's been nothing anyway. So where's
all right? So Rieger's is being played at Jeff's mom, who's amazing, Freda. Her house in her backyard, safe in her backyard. So that's Jeff Rieger's mom's. Freda's house's backyard. All right, Tony, you select first this time.
This one's close to me. My baby brother, David Paul, will be in that region.
All right, the baby brother is in that region, and I will pick next. Let's see, and we've got Dave Rieger playing in his own mom's backyard. He lives there, Kingpin.
That's a battle.
Yes, so we've got David Paul and Dave Rieger, Coach. We all know that Dave Rieger, very weak player, but great person. What are your instant thoughts on that matchup?
Well, I think the Paul family for this. They've gone over, and I think Rieger's in a little bit of trouble. The only thing is that he's at home, and I'm thinking the food will be really good. And I'm hoping that I draw in this next bracket, because if Mom's cooking, I'd really like to be there.
I mean, listen,
I think Dave Rieger's going to fold for the first 50 hands and really kind of get my brother on tilt, kind of like Rocky with Drago, and then
Tony, I love that the other night Dave was at the Omaha game that we played, our special Coach Kampe Omaha game, and I think Dave had 3,000 chips when the blinds were 1,000 for an hour. I think he literally folded 50 times in a row.
And he cashed. You and I were just stunned by that. He ended up cashing. He beat out his own brother, who got a little frisky, and then ended up taking the third place.
Jeff Rieger, his brother, is like asking us questions on our poker chat, saying, how do you play Omaha? What's the good hands again? And then all of a sudden he makes it to the Final Four and then gaffs all of his money away. All right, so that's our first matchup. Nice. And I do have it's David Paul, right? David is a $290 favorite. So you got to lay $290 to win 100. Huge favorite over the great Dave Rieger. All right, I'll pick next. This is the Jeff Rieger. This tournament's getting really hard region. Now we've got myself. A lot of people, Tony, Coach, you guys didn't know, there were many jokes on air on 97.1 many different times. Because I used to, I still do, not now, but I used to hang out with Jeff's mom and go to dinner with her and be a good, fake surrogate son. And then people thought I was dating her. Not true. But she'll be happy that I'm playing at her house, in her backyard. So the Squatch is up first. And who do we have playing the Squatch? Round one.
Well, I want to ask you first, Dan. Are you going to pay attention to this heads-up match, or are you going to be multitasking, betting horses in Australia
the good news is
time?
The horses in Australia, Coach and Tony, don't get going till 11:30 Friday night, so I'll be totally focused. But there will be Los Alamitos.
If you're in the trouble.
I got quarter horses in Los Alamitos.
All right, we got the matchup here. The opponent that will play Dan Leach in round one. He asked for it.
Oh, no! Coach
Kampe will play Dan Leach.
There it is! All right, how much scouting have you done?
I gotta break this one down.
Tony.
I gotta break this one down. First of all, this is the marquee match of the first round, and I haven't even seen the second side of the bracket. Kampe has come in. First of all, it took Kampe a little while to learn how to Venmo. So, he was basically in the hole for a while. But Kampe came in, played the first 7 tournaments. He cashed all of them. And then finally, I think you got a runner-up finish. You've had an impressive performance, a real strong showing. You've pissed some chips away too, though. I'll be honest about that. You've had some big stacks that you pissed away. But
where I had 115,000 and still didn't win.
That might have been the one I was thinking of. But you're playing a guy who has a very similar reputation in Dan Leach, who also pisses away some big stacks. So I expect this match to last 4 hours with Kampe up 20,000, then Leach up 20,000. It's going to go back and forth like that for a while. This to me is the marquee matchup. This one's going to get all the TV ratings.
Sky Sports in England, and I think Sky Channel 7 in Australia. Coach, I also talk way more shit than you. You're the classiest guy in this tournament, so I probably deserve to lose this one.
I think it's either going to last 4 hours, Tony, or 4 minutes.
That's true. It could go
going all in. I guarantee you that.
Great.
Yeah, but Coach, there's no
revive.
In this one, so
I love that it's Coach and I played in the first round. By the way, I sent you all the tape.
This to me is a very intriguing quad. With the two Davids and Leach and Kampe. This one's a
it could be this is the bracket of death possibly. Coach, I FedExed over the tape. I'm sure you're going to watch at least 5 or 6 hours. I'm already starting to scout, so I can't wait. That's going to be awesome. All right, so we're done with the Rieger. It's really tough to win this region. Now we move to Coach Kampe's big stack region. He's going to be played at the O-Arena, I believe in a broom closet, safely. All right, Tony, I think you're first, right?
I am, and I actually drew myself. So I'll be at the arena for the first time in a while because there hasn't been much to go to the arena for in the last year or so. No offense, Coach.
Coach, it's the thoughts.
I can't argue that.
All right, and here is who Tony is.
Who do I get?
We obviously put all 16 names in the hat, like you said, Tony. So I got Tight Sharps.
Right.
Tight Sharps is out. And I will select again.
Well, don't read the ones that we're not using.
No, I will select again. And I'm going to select again. And there we go. Dennis Fithian versus Tony Paul, the Fifth King, my radio partner, the Fifth King. This is a very intriguing matchup because Dennis, doesn't play in a lot of our tournaments, but I set up little small,
No, there's no tape on him.
No tape on him
other than one match, I think.
Coach, what do you think? I know you haven't. I think you only played with Dennis once, but you got Dennis versus Tony.
What was?
I don't think he did at all. I don't know. 50 played the first tournament.
That's right, Coach.
What was it? Oh, so I haven't seen him.
No, you haven't seen 50. You've seen a whole lot of me, so you can go off then.
That's probably like you're playing like UMB, whatever that.
Yeah,
team
UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Yeah, Baltimore County. I think that's what this game's kind of like. You got Virginia and Tony, and then you got somebody nobody knows. And better take the 3 away, Tony.
Yeah, this is the nerve-wracking one. I don't know much about his game. So my love heads up, though. I'm pretty good at heads up, so we'll see if that can carry me through
and unknown. He's a good player, but Tony the favorite in this one, minus 125 with the early odds. But the only because I know more about 50's game in Vegas is learned. He's played a lot of poker in the past. That's why it's only 125. 50 not a bad player. By the way, the previous matchup, Tony, I'm sorry, to end the Rieger region, what was that again? That was me and Coach.
Yeah. That was Leach and Kampe.
I just got breaking odds. Coach is minus 128. Minus 128. Wow. If you want to do a point spread, it'd be 3.5 cards. He's minus 3.5 cards. 3.5 rivers, if you will. All right.
3.5. Yeah. I will say this.
We're usually better when we're wearing black than we do when we're white. So I'm a little.
Yes, well, I think.
And by the way, the Leach Kampe matchup will be the battle of the rivers. I've never seen guys hit more rivers than Greg Kampe and Dan Leach.
Sauce, indeed. Okay, now the second matchup in the Coach Kampe region, Coach Kampe Big Stack region. All right, am I picking first here? All right, and I will select Sideburns. Brian Burns, Ultimate Arsenal. He's played a bunch of these tournaments. So Sideburns, who's out of state in Georgia, where I guess they were opening the state up against the president's wishes. We won't get political though. Sideburns.
Yeah, them in New Orleans.
Yes.
Fantastic idea. Anyway, don't want to get into it.
Sideburns is the first. And Tony, who do you got next?
He's going against Larry, who you all will know as the creepy avatar in our tournament.
I block his avatar really quick before we get to Coach's breakdown. Tony, describe Larry. I mean, Larry's your friend, right?
Yeah, Larry's a good friend of mine, good poker player. I've gone on a couple of golf trips. He's actually friends with my uncle, and my uncle's not a DJ like I am and Larry is, so Larry joined us instead of my uncle. So we've gone on golf trips and play a lot of poker together. So he's fun. He's a good player. He's volatile. He can lose a lot of chips in a hurry, but he can
All right,
rack it up.
Coach, how do you see this? The annoying avatar versus versus the very, very intriguing Sideburns, who's playing more often. Gets a little frisky. What do you think about this one?
And you know Brian.
Yes, Arsenal coach. Ultimate Arsenal.
Name.
All right, Arsenal. He got me in the last tournament with. He had an ace and I had a king on the flush, and of course you're all in, and his ace with my king. So I don't like him very much. So
well, you're going to like this, even though Larry's avatar is annoying. Larry is a minus 150 favorite over Sideburns, so he might be out. You won't have to worry about him, Coach. All right, and then that completes.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna go on record. I'm gonna go on record saying that's the shortest first round game. I think that game could last 5 minutes.
I'm with you. All right, that completes the Coach Kampe Big Stack region. Tony's playing in Coach Kampe's region. Coach is playing in the Rieger region. I love it. All right, so we've got 2 matchups left. Tony, you select first. This is the Justin Rose, who's not playing, by the way, because he's weak. No, he's got to do like a newscast. He's got to work. It's fine. The Justin Rose, the game is fixed region. And the reason that is the case is because every time Justin doesn't win, the game is obviously fixed. So,
that's all the game. The game is fixed the game is fixed for the other 22 people that are playing that night.
These are going to be they're going to be played at a picnic table outside WXYZ. Coach, I believe you've been there. I've been there. Tony, we've all been there for sports caves and other things. So that picnic table outside, that's where these games are going to be played. Very safe distance. All right, you pick first, my friend.
All right, the first matchup of the Justin Rose fixed region will feature my cousin Rob.
Buddy Rob. Buddy Rob and me had a nice chop the other night. Buddy Rob won one on his own. He's been cashing as of late.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's a good player. All right, and then we're going to go with Buddy Rob's matchup. It'll be Marcus. Go ahead, Coach.
He's the guy with the Spartan right?
That's Zybar. That's Zybar.
No, that's Zybar. Buddy Rob he's got like some logo of somebody facing a mirror or something. Yeah. Good player. You and him had a couple. I think you crippled him last time, or he crippled you. I can't remember. You guys.
All right. So Buddy Rob, part of the Paul clan, he's going to play Marcus. And Coach Marcus is the guy, if you remember, his avatar is Jeff Rieger, which is probably one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Because why do we need more than one Jeff Rieger? But that is Jeff Rieger's friend. Marcus, not bad. A good citizen. This is a very tough read for me. Coach, we'll go to you. How do you see Buddy Rob and Marcus in this one?
I got to go with Buddy Rob. I think that I think this might be the one that lasts the longest.
Yeah, Rob, tight players.
He may put his little thing on, let's say you're on for a little bit and just, not play. And then, that's right, sitting out. He may not even play for, 5 minutes just so that he can tell everybody that he lasted the longest.
Tony, any quick thoughts on the family member getting involved in this one?
Hey, he's a good player. He's a tight player. He knows pot odds probably as good or better than anyone in this field. So I think that if he gets past that first matchup, I think he can go a long way.
And our final matchup of this first.
Well, I got them both. Yeah, I got them both here since it's the last two. It'll be Doug Rose, D Rose against Paul, your other buddy.
The buddies playing each other. So D Rose versus Paul. We got instant odds on that one. It's D Rose minus 162 because he thinks he's better than his friend. And a lot of money is going to come in on D Rose, but we know that the value is probably on his friend. And then, by the way, Buddy Rob a minus 160 favorite against Marcus. So that's like a 5.5 river favorite right there. All right, so before we go, because we got another tournament to play, by the way, I'll let you both give your thoughts on this. We'll start with King Coach. Coach, who do you think the favorite is? Who's going to win this thing? And you can't pick yourself.
Well, I think Charbs is going to come out of the left side. And I would go – I'm surprised. I thought Paul Oren would be in this. Paul's not playing.
No, it was too early of a start for him. He's got a virtual birthday party at 7:30 on Friday night. So he can't make.
He was going to be one of my favorites, but if we play Omaha, he's one of my favorites. So, but I'm going to have to go with Tony. I'm going to say Tony will beat Sharp in the championship game because I think Tony heads up. As long as he's not playing me and the ace comes down the river, I think.
Look at that! Some love from Coach Tony.
Ace face. Well, that's pressure there. I mean, I almost feel obligated to pick him now. But seriously, Coach has cashed more than anybody in these tournaments. He hasn't won one yet. So he's always a bridesmaid, never the bride. But he has cashed. So he's made long runs. So I like him. But on the right side. Doug Rose is a good player. My cousin Robbie. Larry is a volatile player. If he gets the cards early, I see him making a run. But I'm going to return the favor, and I think it's going to be Coach's turn. If he doesn't win tonight, I think Coach Kampe will do his
you don't want to shoot
Friday.
your wad too early, Coach. Tonight's a big night. You better lay back, throw the money away. Don't blow the wad tonight. Save it for Friday. For me, I can't pick myself. And I'm going to say this. If I lose to Coach is winning this thing. I think that this is when it happens. He stays calm. He's been classy. He has karma built up. Oakland's been very tough to coach lately, so he's going to coach himself to a victory. And by the way, I just got word Dave Rieger folded again, so I think he's already out of the tournament. Gentlemen, it should be. Go ahead, Tony.
I will say. I think that Leach Kampe matchup. Whoever wins that one is going to have a very good shot. But don't look past my brother David at the next match that one of you will have to face. I think he could be very
beautifully broken down by both of you. Before we leave, I just say this on a serious note. The three of us have talked about this a lot. It's an honor and a pleasure to know you two, but to be able to be connected during a very tough time, and even though it's something silly like poker, it's been really special to have everyone involved, and I hope you guys know that I really care about you both a lot. I'm a sap.
You too, Leach.
I appreciate that, except for at 7 o'clock Friday night for the first 6 minutes. Then we're out after 6 minutes. Then I'll be nice.
Yeah, Coach, I just found out, as I mentioned, Channel 7 in Australia, Sky Sports in England, but it will be on the CBS TV network in the United States. We're live. We are the featured matchup, 7 p.m. on Friday night. Can't wait.
I like it. Can't wait for that one. Guys, see you later next time before I do this.
You look great, Coach. You always do. Until next time, believe in the dream. We'll see you Friday night. Turning time. Task Force out.